Hey, borrow my shoes, bro. From mine. These are yours? Yeah. Where'd you get them? From there. From there. Oh, what's up, man? You Patrick?
Yeah. Alex. Nice to meet you. Pleasure, dude. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah. How old is Temecula, man?
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
You part of Chris's
Mike Walker's and Dave Fraser.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, just come over. You can squeeze in there. Yeah.
That's the shark, too.
Sit there.
I think we're I'm Ben. Nice to meet you, guys. Big backpack. Christian. Nice to meet you.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
Christian.
David. Nice to meet you, Chris.
So can you open it?
Take him in anybody's way. I can sit on the ground like right there.
Luann, is Sage in your way? You sure? Is he? All right. Are you comfortable or not?
Yeah, I'm alright. I just don't want to be. I can always sit on the floor.
Hey, include the inside guest speaker.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Luke. Yeah, good, David.
He's an animal. He's like at the bottom rank of achievement. An executive in 5 months, presidential in 6 months. He's the guy blowing up on the volume. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of black people. You've been there? There you go.
Is your back?
As far as
I don't need to lean against him.
What?
I don't need to lean back against him. Don't worry.
It's good. It's looking a lot better. It's just not the same. I feel like they rebuilt the boardwalk, things like that.
Luke, is this yours?
Yeah.
Is this yours?
That's it.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah.
Is he taping it?
Yeah, it's all live broadcasting.
Awesome. Could he could forward it to me?
Yeah, it'll all be on Ustream. Just
Sweet. All right, thanks.
Hey, you on your way? Okay. All right. I was serious about Chris. That's all I'm telling you. All right, we'll try.
I'm serious too.
All right. We'll have it on Ustream. We'll send it to you.
You're not stopping it. You're going right.
Yeah.
It's a good mile marker.
What's the date? 8?
It's all right. We went over a lot last night.
6.
Getting enough, so it's all good. Okay. You guys ready, sir? Okay. Everybody inside? That's out. Is anybody else outside or in the front or back?
Just a couple people. Where's Damien? Damien! Come on, man. Let's recognize Damien right away.
All right.
Woo! Yeah. Damien, get up here, man. Let's give him a round of applause. Hey, before like Chris Alcazan, the host today, start off, I want everybody to really recognize Damien Estrada because this guy was with me from day one. You know, back when we didn't know what was going on. We were just driving around talking to people about energy drinks and whatnot, and really just, you know, saw the dream and the vision, but just didn't know how we were gonna get there yet. And so, you know, him sticking with it, you know, it's been, you know, over a year now, right? Yeah. And he finally got the whip. So basically, everybody out there who's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm in month 2, month 3. I thought I was gonna get my car, you know, month 2 like everybody else. You're like, wow, you know, it may take a little longer. Just realize that Damian stuck with it, and this is really, you know, obviously it's the proof to show that, you know, if you stick with it, it does work, and the system works, the product works, everything works. You just have to work. So, anything you want to say, dude?
Pretty much just persistence, guys. You really have to just believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing right here, because it's you know, the work we're doing is great, but when we go to where we actually want to go, that's when it really feels great, and it's really fulfilling because you're really helping yourself, but not only yourself, but you're helping everybody around you. It's so fulfilling, and guys, it really feels great when you help someone else get to the goals that they want. Like
Awesome.
Tim, like my brother, like Alicia back there, like my whole entire team here, because guys, this is happening. It's working. I mean, no one, you know, us up here, you know, no one can really say it's not working now. And guys, you know, if you stick with it and just believe in yourself, you're gonna get, you know, your goals, you know, done. It's gonna be fun, guys.
All right. Yeah, we'll pass it off to you, big dog.
Okay. So, here we are. I'm Chris Alcazin, 29 years old. Who's here for the first time? Very first time.
Welcome.
We'll give you a round of applause. You know you were brought here for a reason. Somebody cares about you to bring you here. So that's great. And I'm excited for all of you to be here. There's a lot of talent in this room. A lot of talented people. But guess what we all have in common? Really, the most potential. We all have the same potential in this, guys. Myself, Mike Walker, Ben, and Comer, and Kish. We're no different than every one of you. We just want you all to get to our level, to succeed, and to get there as fast as possible. And you can do this, and you stick with this. So a little bit about me. Been born and raised here in San Diego. It's been amazing just growing up in this industry. I always give mad credit to Dave and Lynette Frazier, who are, I want to give you guys a round of If you want to hear a great product story about Vima, talk to David Frazier. Now, you know, growing up around his family, around the Barracos, BK, since he was known him since he was 18, and really having the pleasure of seeing like what it's all about to learn from the best, from network marketers. And we were just talking about Ben Sr., BK's dad, who was like, he was the man. Like, he would treat you like you're at the top, and you would never know that he was a multimillionaire, because that's not what mattered. It mattered about the people is what matters to him. So that's why we're here, guys. We're here about the people. We're here about changing people's lives, and that's what's gotten me fired up. And, you know, I was really taking this product, taking Vima. This is the flagship product. This is where it all started. Taking this 8 years ago and seeing how different it is now, guys. It's like really, really amazing to see how this product has transformed or evolved into Verve, and like putting this into Verve and into the Vima body products. And you guys know what's to come, the coffee drink. I mean, there's a lot of excitement, guys, for what's to come. So, you know, taking this product, I felt great. The energy I had, the clarity. My mom had great results, just arthritis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. So I started to see a lot of excitement for something like this. And then when Verve came out about 5 years ago, Brad, he was talking to me about it, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to do it. And, you know, more about my background, I had worked for UPS for almost 10 years, you know, known what it's like to be in the corporate mindset, to be an employee, and it was not fun. And it didn't really hit me, guys, until the end of January when Verve Bold came out. My dad said, let's go to the Suns-Lakers game. I said, easy. 4 rows back behind the Lakers in BK's seats, and I was like, okay, I'm getting it. Like right away, as soon as we landed in Phoenix, I swear I knew something was different. And talking to BK in his office, and he just was like, okay, you got to step up, man. You know, it wasn't BSing me. He said, you got to do this. Your brother and sister, great success, right? But, you know, you got to stop just watching from the distance. Get off the bench. Get out there and do this. Be a starter. So it hit me, and he was speaking right to me, and I could hear everything he was saying loud and clear. So going to that game and seeing the excitement, I mean, Patrick Comer, meeting him for the first time on really like the flight home. We saw each other after the basketball game, but then we flew home on the same flight. This was meant to be that I got to know him and his story. And I was like, who's this guy with the Cal Poly shirt on? You know, and basically after meeting him, but the night before meeting all the young YPR leaders, all from Arizona, I mean, everybody was there, and it just made sense. Like, that was the big picture for me. And for one energy drink, guys. So it was amazing. I saw the potential. I was excited. I plugged in with, all my close friends that are in their late 20s, early 30s, who have been working really, really hard for someone else, and they're tired of working really hard for someone else. So we just got plugged in. I got one of my best friends from kindergarten to gold in 2 months,
And he just, like, the need, it's the desire, guys. You have a desire for change. You find out what it is you want to change about yourself, whether it's you want to feel good physically or feel good financially. And Brad just said, Chris, you got to turn the color brown to orange because UPS, you know, the whole, he said, you got to turn brown to orange. So I said, okay. And he said, let's just work at this every day. And I honestly just hung out with people that were better at this than me. And, you know, knowing the potential I had, the potential was amazing, being around all these successful people, but I still didn't believe in myself. So if you're here for the first time and you're a little bit skeptical, critical, whatever, you can come talk to me. I'll tell you, you're not more skeptical than me. You weren't more critical than me because having the number 1 and 2 income earner at the touch of the cell phone, you know, that's like how I didn't believe. I still didn't believe, and it just took one event. It took one event to show me the big picture. So here we are. I mean, you guys see the sales and Verve Bold and what's to come, and you know, I'm really excited to do this, guys, to open up this house because this is all about you guys. It's not about me, and it's not about really what I tell you or what I'm not going to try to convince you. Comer and Kish, we're not all going to try to convince you. Whoever brought you here today, they care about you, so listen to them because they want you to see what they see, and we do want you to see what we see. So with that, you know, I'm just going to host this and we're going to go right into it. I want to introduce someone who I've known in this for a couple years. It's been 3 years, almost 4 years, really. Mr. Mike Walker and I have always wanted to work together. I remember meeting him and Arnold Sabo, and who knows Arnold Sabo, who was at his house the other night. Pretty amazing story that guy has. Well, he works with Mike. You know, Mike's going to talk a little bit about what the product's done for him, the longevity of this, how you stick with this, guys. I mean, even it doesn't matter where you work, because I knew it didn't matter where I was, it's about where I was going. So I'm going to bring Mike Walker up, and I just want to introduce him and give him a round of applause.
Thanks, guys. I'm excited. I mean, just to be up here with these guys, I'm a big believer that you know, time is the most precious commodity we own. You know, you can always go make more money, you can always find more friends, but you can never get more time. You know, every single minute you spend, it's gone. You're never going to get it back. So that's why it's really, really important that you surround yourself with the right people, going to the right places. Because if you hang around with, you know, 8 broke people, guess who the 9th one is? It's you, right? You got to fly with the eagles. You don't want to be scratching around on the ground with the chickens, right? So you've got a bunch of eagles up here, right? I'm just flying with these guys, kind of drafting behind them a little bit. But let me just tell you a little bit about my story real quick. Not because I want to tell you about me, but it's because maybe my story will relate to you or people that you know. Because I'm a big believer as well that, you know, facts tell, but stories sell. Stories are what connects. That's why you always hear people say, what's your why? What are you doing? You know, what's your story? You know, it's not because people want to get up here and talk about themselves necessarily. It's just that they know that that story might connect with you or somebody that you know. You know, maybe like Mr. Fraser's story is amazing. I'm not diabetic, but I've used his story multiple times to connect with people. You know, like, oh, you're a diabetic, or your aunt is, oh man, you got to talk to, you know, Mr. Fraser. I always keep calling him Dr. Fraser.
That's okay.
Yeah. So real quick, guys, I'm 33. I live in Temecula, California. Never went to college. I went to the School of Hard Knocks, I call it. I started a surfboard company in high school because, number one, that's what I like to do, was surf and travel and do photo trips, and that's what I did. And I just wanted to control my own future. And two, my parents, there's no way they would have had the money to send me to college anyway. So I figured, okay, if I'm going to do something, I got to figure it out on my own. And so that's what I did. And for the last 15 years, I've been developing my own company. We travel all over the world. Our boards go all over the world, did clothing brands and parties and all this really fun stuff. But after all of that, I really look back and I'm thankful for it. But at the same time, I started to really understand, especially once I embraced this business of the 21st century, we call it, right? Network marketing, social sharing, whatever you want to call it. It really opened my eyes to the reality that when you own a small business, you don't actually own that business owns you. Wow. All right, because when I went on vacation, guess what? Everything kind of ground to a halt. I don't care how good of employees you got. I don't care how much you pay them. When the big dog's gone, guess what they do? Suck their thumbs, sit around, Facebook, whatever. But I guarantee you it's not because, you know, you're paying them however. You can pay them as much money as you want, but you can't make someone want to do something. That's right. And people show up for a paycheck not because they love you. Right? And so it was just really, really eye-opening to just feel frustrated that, man, like I work really hard. This is my lifeblood. This is literally my life. Again, it goes back to time involvement, how much time you put into something, 15 years of my life that I'll never get back. And at a drop of a hat, it could go away. I spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month, guys. You know, overhead, employees, you know, shipping, UPS, damaged a board of mine, right? You know, $2,000. Now I can, it's not your bad, no. But you know, it's just stuff like that, guys. And here's the thing: that's why I'm so excited about this business model. Why I really am passionate to share it with people. Because owning your own business, yes, that can be freedom if it's the right business model. All right, this business that we have here, this Vima, this Verve concept, is like a race car. I tell people all the time, it'll go as fast and as far as you want, but as long as you put something into it. You got to be the fuel. That fuel is your why. That fuel is your list. We always say build a big list, and I know these guys are going to get deep into training, so I don't want to go down that road. But the thing is, guys, this works if you work. Like I still remember, I told my neighbor about Vima, you know, months and months and months ago when I, you know, was starting to get into it, and yeah, okay, you know, totally disinterested, whatever, just like I was when I first heard about it, so it was no big deal. But then I remember the day I pulled up in the BMW, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, so that Vima thing really works. And I say, well, it works when you work. You know, like it's just like anything else. Wherever you put energy and focus, things grow. All right, so. That's basically it for me, guys, but I just really want to encourage you to understand that the time here that you spend, don't just walk out the door and go, oh, that's nice, and yeah, it's crowded, that was cool, you know, another Saturday hangout. Like, really embrace the idea that something you hear here could change your life, literally. And I know that sounds like a blown up statement, but it's really true. Like, you know, what really grabbed my attention about this whole opportunity, guys, is just think about it. Every single person in this room could be like, I don't want to do it, I'm done. And we just, you know, go and party and go about our lives. I guarantee you Vima will still be $1 billion brand. With or without us.
That's right.
With or without us, guys. So either we watch that happen or we get in part, you know, we become part of it and make it happen and make it even better. Because it can only be better with you. So make sure you're schooled up, you're trained up, you treat this like a business, it'll pay you like a business. You practice like a pro, you're going to get paid like a pro, right? So that's what these guys are going to do right now is really get you trained up in a way that's going to get your mindset right. And here's the thing, everything you learn right now, don't just think, well, I'll just remember in my head. Just remember that what you're learning today is something that you need to share with others because this business isn't about what you do, it's about what you can get an entire group to do. So take responsibility for that. You're like the messenger, right? They have the message, just make sure that you get that message out to your people. So all the people, I know a bunch of people in here have people that didn't show up and you know, the barbecue was just that too important, you know, or whatever. You know, life gets in the way, that's fine. But just remember that this message that they have, that you're going to get, could change other people's lives. It's not just about you, it's about the people that you can affect. So I'm super excited to listen to these guys. I track them, I try to learn everything. And that's, you're definitely in the presence of greatness here. So, you know, we've got a lot of good things to do, and I'm excited. So thanks for your time, guys. I feel privileged to be part of it.
Hey guys, real quick, you guys know what Ustream is? Just the letter U, stream.com. If you type in pmcomer, we're streaming live right now, so anybody that's not, you know, in the area or couldn't make it today, they can just get on and watch it live right now or watch it recorded. So just keep that in mind. If you just go to my channel, I have like, you know, probably 400 or 500 recordings of different home events and whatnot. So just good information for people to watch. Real quick, I want to introduce my friend Luke Kish. How many of you guys know who Luke Kish is? Maybe heard about him. Maybe saw him on a YouTube video. He's talking a brand new BMW. He is pretty much, you know, the anchor of my squad. I would say would not be where I am today without Luke because, you know, really the energy he brings to the business and the vision that he has. And I think that, you know, those are two big things, guys. If you're not excited about what you're doing, nobody's going to get excited about what you're doing and want to hear about it. Because, you know, if you don't have that vision either, people are not going to want to put time and effort into something if they don't know where it's going. But when they know where it's going, they're going to get really excited about it. So I'm going to have Luke share his story, guys. He's from Pennsylvania, came to San Diego State. Like I said, really changed my business. So I'm going to let him really share his story. So Star Presidential, Luke Kish.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, thanks everyone for coming out. If you guys have notebooks, definitely take out the notebooks, get some notes on this stuff because it'll be good information. And if we just tell it to you, you know, you might just forget it. But if you really write it down and focus on a couple key points that we give you tonight and put it in play in your business, it'll probably grow. You know, because this is stuff that we use and it's really, really working for us. You know, Comer hands down has the fastest growing organization in the whole entire company. Went from 0 to what? How many active now?
11,000.
Damn.
So this guy right here.
0 to 11,000 orders in 14 months. Yeah, so it's definitely working. You know, me and Comer's story kind of started together. I got introduced to this thing. I was super skeptical. I blew it off like everybody does. Scam scheme, too good to be true. Long story short, you know, got in touch with these guys, met Brad Alcaz and Alex Morton. You know, he was making, I think, $3,000 a month at the time. Obviously, he's over $1 million a year now, so it's working. But I saw these people doing it, and I kind of looked at my situation. I always wanted to be wealthy. I always wanted to have, nice houses, nice cars, nice things. My dream of baseball kind of went out the window, and I felt like I had a lot of potential, but just nowhere to put it. I wanted to make a lot of money. I didn't want an average lifestyle, and I just needed a vehicle that I could focus in on. And for for me, this was it. So I met Brad, I met Alex, and I saw the end result that it could give. Brad was making about $10,000 a week at the time. I was $3,000 a month. That still was crazy to me. And from then on out, dude, I didn't really care what was required. I knew that if they could do it, because you guys have to understand, everybody here has the same exact everything, dude. Same verb, same comp plan, same people, same economy, same exact everything. You buy your builder pack, you're 500 in a hole, 360, 180. That's a cycle, pays out $20, dude. 5 cycles silver, 10 cycles gold, 20. It's the same thing for everybody other than you. All right, and I don't think at this point anybody doubts Vima. So if you don't doubt Vima, don't doubt yourself. Everybody here can make Vima work to the utmost extent. It might not make sense to you right now because how you're thinking right now, maybe you can't make it work to the utmost extent right now. But if you stay committed and you stay consistent to this company and this business and grow yourself through it, you can develop and turn into the person you need to become to make the large incomes that we're talking about. 6-figure income, $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, and above, dude. And what's scary is this thing's only getting started. There's I don't even know how many young people making 6-figure incomes plus already. 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, yeah, dude, it's going to be a huge company. Yep. So I think if you understand that this company, 20 million last month, I feel like the product's perfect. The mojo coming out, the economy's bad. Everything's right there where this thing's going to be really, 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 really big. It's going to be a massive network marketing company. So if you understand you can do it, and you understand where it's going, doing it becomes simple, dude. Like, you see the end result in your mind. It doesn't matter what it takes. You just got to do it because that's the end result, and that's what successful people do. They work hard for their end result. And that end result right now, if you focus in and you really make this thing a priority, dude, you can set yourself up financially forever. Like, imagine your life, you're making $2,000 a week, $3,000 a week, $4,000 a week. Patrick Comer, what's your biggest check in a week?
$7,200.
$7,200.
Awesome.
What wouldn't you do to make that happen? It's like we almost have this yellow brick road that makes it happen every single time if you work hard. You just got to put your schedule in harmony with that. So I don't want to kind of go off track. Back to my story, I've been doing this thing for a year. I've introduced about 20 of my friends, which really isn't that many. Comer was the first guy to really be that post or peg in the ground of belief level and conviction that, me, Bryce Madick, Adam Weddick, Anthony Cometa, we all hung off of that. We fed off of him because we didn't really know for sure, but we knew he knew for sure. And, and over time, through reading the books and through surrounding ourselves with it, we turned into those pegs as well. But 20 of my friends I introduced this thing to, which really isn't that many. Everybody here can do that. Your friends graduate school, half of them get jobs. The people that get jobs, they live paycheck to paycheck. And they probably drink a Red Bull or a cup of coffee every single day on the way to work anyway. So drink verb and build part-time income. It's not too hard to find someone right now who's looking for a way to make money. Out of those 10 people, or out of those 20 people, 10 stuck with it. It's turned now into 5,500 orders of Verve going through my group monthly, which is awesome. My PEQ will actually beat me to ambassador this month, and then hopefully we'll be jumping through the ranks here pretty quickly. But I feel blessed, and I just want everyone here to know that you can make this thing work. It doesn't matter what your mom said, your dad said, your friends say. Chances are they have nothing you want financially anyway, so you just shouldn't listen to them. Okay? and this thing is working, dude. Nobody can test it. You can't. When we started, it was theory. It's not theory anymore. It's a fact. Everything that we've said for the last year is now validated with results. Okay? Yep. So it's working. And other than that, I'm going to pass it off to Patrick Comer. Everybody knows who this guy is.
Awesome.
Hands down, the reason that our whole chain is here. So take it away.
Thank you. How you guys doing today? Awesome. Who's excited today? Bring them up. Well, great. Guys, I wanted to obviously come here today and really, open my arms to everybody. I don't really believe in cross line, down line, up line, whatever line, as long as you're not on the sidelines, all right? I'll work with you. But basically, guys, we're going to be here today. I'll touch on my story a little bit. Then we're gonna get into some training because, guys, you got to understand, if you don't have the professional skill level, if you don't have the system, what I like to call it, if you don't have the system of how to get the results, you're gonna kind of sit there, tread water, and really not go anywhere and be frustrated with yourself. And it really just came down to you didn't listen to the people who had the success. You kind of tried to go do it yourself. So really quick, my story: I was 21 when I was in college. heard about this thing. Actually tried Verb and liked it, had no idea about the business. But I liked the product, and that was the first time I'm like, yeah, you know, what is this? I've never seen this before. Like, what's going on? How many of you guys have like a similar story? You tried the product but had really no idea about the business. Yeah, I just kind of ran into the product. Listened to a conference call by Brad Alkazen. Got really excited about the cars, the houses, like everything Luke was saying. I just wanted to be financially free. How many guys really want to be just financially free? Like, there's, you know, I would say my parents are, you know, are doing all right. Some people do it for their parents. Some people do it for the car, the house. You know, I just want to be financially free, like not having to worry about money. It's like there's so many things you think about. There's like 60,000 thoughts you have each day going through your head. I just don't want any of them to be about money. I want to be able to go spend money, do what I want to go do. And that's just how you want to go through life. Because if you go through life worrying about money, you didn't really live life. You just existed.
That's
so
right.
basically, guys, we're going to go through today. You know, go through some training. I think, you know, when I heard about this thing, that's what made me, you know, really succeed. I did the personal development, learned the system, you know, talked to my friends the right way. Bill was consistent. And really at the time, I was kind of going through a period of life where I was actually going through and getting some counseling, some therapy for drug abuse, partying way too much. I was in a fraternity. Any of you guys are in fraternities? You know, kids in fraternities are just, you know, complete jerk-offs, just party animals. Like, that was me. Really had no direction, no goals in life, and really kind of, you know, went off track, like really off track. So when this came into my life, it was really exciting to see like a group of people that were coming together on more than the next party, next girl, next drug, next college, whatever thing. It's just like something more. And that was big for me. It was something more, and I wanted to be successful, obviously, and not have to worry about money. So this really just kind of fell into my life at the right time. I really believe the right place, right time, right people. That's what we have right now. This thing wouldn't be happening 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We just didn't have the right situation. So I got really serious about this thing, kind of locked arms with the right people. Didn't really care what was going on. Didn't really care what, you know, everybody else was saying around me. I just went there and made it happen. So you guys understand, if you're having, you know, a lot of your friends say it's not working, it's not going to work for you, it can't happen, it's impossible, whatever, just understand that they're either too lazy to do it or they're too scared to do it. And so you can't be lazy. You can't be scared. And there's no such thing as fear. It's impossible to fail.
Nice.
Do you guys understand that? It's impossible to fail.
Yes.
Like, literally impossible to fail. So if you guys have that mindset, you'll be really successful in this business and really successful in life. So just kind of went along and really kind of watched this whole thing develop and unfold. Just kept doing it every day. Didn't really care what the circumstance was, guys. You have to get up every morning and just do the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's what I did for 14 months. And obviously you guys can see compounding people's networks, ideas, and then, you know, really just time and effort. You get the result you want. So I've introduced this to 27 people. Have right around 11,000 orders now in my business, and this is it. This is it. It's either this or the streets for me. So I didn't get a college degree either. I just decided this is it. I want to make it happen. You know, I went to Cal Poly for 3.5 years and just said, hey, you know what? This is it. I'm gonna run with this. There's nothing that can pay you like this. If you have a plan B, you'll never succeed at plan A. So I said, hey, this is plan A. We're gonna make it happen. And that's about it, guys. So, you know, really, we're gonna dive into I'm gonna let Luke really start it off right now, because this is his information, his material, his training that he's going to share with you guys. So really feel honored that somebody, you know, a lot of you guys aren't even in his group. He's just going to give you guys this information because, like I said, we don't believe in upline, downline, cross line. Like I said, as long as you're not on the sidelines, dude, we'll work with you guys. So pass up Luke here.
Yeah. All right, cool. So this is the first slide. You know, I made this thing like a year ago, and we haven't looked at it since. But it's not whether you can or can't do it; it's whether you will or you won't. You know, I'm a firm believer in that. Everyone's got the equal opportunity. Everyone has it within them to do it. You just got to kind of make the decision for yourself and go out there and do it. And that's kind of scary to think, knowing where this company's going, that everybody here can make it happen. You know, to that extent, and not everybody will. Maybe everybody will. You know, that's just going to take you versus you. You know, after this meeting, go home, figure out how bad you want to make it work, and then you just got to make the decision to do it, and then do it. Mastering the fundamentals. Success will always begin and end with you. You know, you got to take full responsibility in your business. It's not, you know, it's not your cross line, it's not your upline, it's not your downline. It's on you.
Yes.
All right. And like these guys are saying, if you want to make the professional money, it's not going to happen with amateur skill level.
Yeah.
And I feel like in developing yourself, there's absolutely no secret. Like, if you want to make a lot of money in Vimeo, you just got to work hard, man. There's no secret. If you want to make a lot or excel in anything to the utmost extent, because everybody in the room, especially, you know, the young people that really kind of, you know, you're in the company right now to make $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year, $500,000 a year, however much money. All right, but you got to ask yourself, do you think you're doing what it takes to make that type of income? You know, because that's the only way it's gonna work if you do what it takes, dude. And it's like, if you're not doing that, that's okay. You just need to make the change tonight and go out there and get hungry. You know, like me and Comer, we started this thing, dude. We didn't do anything but Vima for like 6 months. And it's not because someone was like, work hard. It was like, because we wanted to. You know, and like they were saying earlier, whether anybody here makes this thing work, somebody's going to. So it may as well be you, you know?
Guys, I wanted to kind of touch on, the second point. People remember how you make them feel, not what you say. When it kind of comes down to interacting with people, guys, obviously, we're in the business of talking to people. Is network marketing, you're talking to people. So the first time you talk to somebody, it probably won't sound all that good. Even if you had your script down, you had exactly the key points you wanted to say, you know the person really well. It may not obviously come out the right way, but people remember how you made them feel. And when I go out and when I talk to people, it's never about Vima, it's never about Verve, it's not really about a product or an opportunity. It's about somebody else. It's about a guy named Brad Alkazen who started a whole YPR revolution, a whole YPR movement, who's basically taking time out of his day to mentor young people when it comes to making money. If you came to one of your friends and said that, what do you think they'd say? I'm kind of down to meet this guy. I feel really good about meeting this guy. I want to go out there and hear what he has to say, guys. So the feelings people get is the reason they're going to want to show up to an event. It's the reason that people are going to want to join the business and really work with you. So just remember, it's not what you say, it's how you make people feel.
Right. And then the next point here, say we say, do what we do, and get what we get. Everybody's heard this before if you're in Vima or if you've been in Vima. And that's really, really simple, man. That's just effort on your end. When we started this thing, like you said, what you guys should do, you should be hungry to get this pitch down, to get this story down so perfectly that every single person you talk to will get involved every single time. And you can get it that good where they really just can't give you an excuse out. And that's just, will you talk to enough people to get that good at it? And if I was brand new in the business, I would be immersing myself in the YouTube videos, and I still do this. The training calls, the opportunity calls, just stay plugged in. The more you hear something, the better you're going to get at it. I used to listen to Drake in the car, and that was cool. But if you listen to Jim Rohn in the car, you just don't listen to stuff that doesn't matter, and listen to stuff that's going to develop yourself, move you forward. On the way here, what were we listening to? We were listening to Morton training. I was taking a shower. I had a different Morton training on. And I literally have pretty much all of them memorized. But he hit 12,000 actives in 2 years, and that's the same exact result that I want. So I'm going to say the same exact thing that he's saying. So immerse yourself in the Ustream videos. Take a lot of the content that we have and rip off and duplicate, man, because it works. What we're doing, we're unscrewing our heads right now and opening our brains and giving all this information to you that if you put into play, you say the same way, you do it the same, do exactly the same stuff we're doing, you're going to get the same exact result every single time. And then be the person you want in your business. Like, you got to ask yourself, people are always worried. They're like, you're brand new and you're like, he's lazy, he's not doing anything. And it's that Jim Rohn quote. If you want to attract attractive people, be attractive. If you want to attract successful people, be successful. If you want to attract committed people, be committed. Instead of worrying about everybody else, worry about yourself. If you become, you can attract. So if you're that person that's committed, if you're on every single call, if you're going to every single home event, if you're working your ass off, you're going to find more people that do what? That. Work their ass off. Get on every single call. Go to every single home event. Are committed. Why? Because they're the same as you. Friends are based off common interests. You're on the same frequency and same channel, and that's how it gets powerful. It takes one person like Patrick Comer to make that decision and shove a stake in the wall that everybody can hang off of until it hits another kid like me or like Madik or like somebody else who's going to shove another stake in the wall. And it's just like if you come together with a few people that have that same common goal at the end of really just making this thing blow up, like with a few people and you all on that same frequency, like you walk into our house yesterday, all that's going on is Vima. And it's so easy because that's all that's going on. Like if you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of people that do Vima all day, chances are you're going to do Vima all day. We're all just wired up, dialed, just focused on this end result. And we feed off of each other and just go, man, and just go.
And I think another thing to take away from this is like, guys, you don't need to be the superstar. Like I would say I have a team full of superstars. I'm just blessed to be in the position that I'm at. Awesome. And I'm blessed to really be able to share, with the information that these guys, like Luke has brought to the table, the energy he's brought to the table, and understand that it's not all about you. Like in this business, guys, my first 4 or 5 months, I really try to do everything myself, and I realized I can't be everywhere at one time. I can't do 5,000 Nubu calls.
He did that for 10 months.
Yeah, I try to do everything. I was like, I gotta be everywhere. I gotta be on everything. I gotta do everything. It's just, it doesn't work like that. You can't physically do it. You're just gonna burn out. People want to see obviously hard workers, but it was getting to the point where it was addicting. I was like, dude, I can do call after call after call after call after call, and it's like my income won't go any farther. I can't make any more money. I have to teach other people. So if you're doing 100% of the effort, fantastic. I'd rather have 100 people doing 1% of the effort. So if you apply that principle, guys, that's what network marketing is all about. We're a volunteer army. You want to build leaders. You want to teach people how to do what you're doing. Do what you need to do and go all out, go 100%, but teach people how to go 100%. Teach people how to do exactly what you're doing, because if that happens, you guys are going to create massive duplication. And at the end of the day, you'll be able to obviously live with the result. You put your best foot forward and all your time and effort in, and everybody else did the same thing. All right.
Commitment. Commitment. Yeah, it's what's left after the emotion of the moment is gone. So you get into the business, and you're all excited. You leave at home, you're fired up, and then you go home. You talk to one or two or three people. One or two or three of the people say this, that, and the other, and all the excitement goes away. And what I try and explain to people, and Brad, kind of taught me this. I was stuck at executive for a few months, and he's like, "Look, dude, you were excited when your business was moving, and now since it's not, you're not excited." Vima stayed constant the whole time. You know what I mean? Nothing's changed with Vima. It's just changed with your mindset. It's crazy in that winning mindset or winning attitude where you're excited even when things aren't working. Winners don't focus on anything that's not moving them forward. Like if something negative is, there's no failing in network marketing. There's finding out ways stuff doesn't work, fixing it, and then moving on.
Yeah.
Just look for the good stuff.
Awesome.
I feel like people sometimes, you're talking to somebody and you're thinking of reasons why they wouldn't join before they've even thought of them themselves. Wow. And it's easy for me and Patrick now, because all we do when we're traveling around, we have groups growing all over the place. So all we see is this positive side of Vima and network marketing, and that's how we think of it. And how you think of it and how you portray it is how the other people are going to see it. Awesome. And then portray it to their people. So yeah, commitment's what's left after the emotion of the moment is gone. I had another point, but I forgot. So.
Well, guys, let's touch on the next point. You got to move with a purpose. If you guys don't have that why, you don't have that powerful reason why this needs to work, it just won't work for you because you won't put enough time and effort into it for it to work for you. Yeah. I would say if you guys, are in the business maybe because somebody else is doing it, I wouldn't just follow your friend. I'd have a reason why you would do it. I didn't get into this business because my friends did it, because none of my friends actually did it with me in the beginning. You guys don't know who Anthony Cometa is. He told me I was Bernie Madoff. This was a pyramid scheme. Like, my best friend told me that for 3 weeks. Just imagine 3 weeks. Your best friend coming to you every single day talking shit on you, like best friend. How tough would that be? Kind of tough, but that's the price you have to pay to be successful. Obviously, you came around and saw the big picture. When I added 40 people in 3 weeks, and he's like, all right, dude, well, obviously this isn't a scam. This is probably legitimate. I probably should do this because you're my best friend, and we've always made decisions based on common interests, because we do have a common interest in mind. So your purpose has to be something that you are going to use to drive yourself forward in this business. So if you don't have a clear purpose, a clear vision, you will never succeed. It will always not work out. There will always be a reason why it won't work out. Until you have a clear purpose and a clear vision, then it will work out for you, because you'll do whatever it takes to get to that end result. But really, productivity versus activity, guys. You could be, it's a home-based business. So you could be walking around your house, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, eating breakfast, turning the TV on, or organizing your papers, doing some push-ups, on checking Facebook. What is that? That's activity. You did nothing to move your business forward. Productivity is, hey, let's get on the phone, let's talk to 5 new people, let's set up a home event, let's personal develop, let's read for an hour, and let's go to the home event, let's smash it, sign 5 people up, train them up. That's a productive day. All right? There's a difference between productivity and activity. So if you're somebody who is just activity, but you're not actually being productive or producing anything, you have to change that, because you're doing nothing. You're absolutely just treading water. So understand that. Look at your day, the last day you had, or even today, and ask yourself, what did I do to move my business forward? Was I productive, or was I just active? All right, because there's a difference. 90% of success is just showing up. Guys, you showed up today to the event. Why? Because you want to get better. I would say that 90% of this business is just, showing up, making it happen, and going to the events, going to the trainings, talking to people. That's what you got to go do. You have to go do it, because the rest will take care of itself. If you learn the business and you stay productive throughout, guys, you will really get the results you want to see. And stay plugged in. Like, I would recommend everybody, like, at least once a week, have your own personal event, like at your house or at, a local area, local event. You have to stay plugged in, and you have to be that leader. You have to be that peg in the wall. You have to go out there and produce, really, for your team, an environment where they can be successful. Because when you stay plugged in and you give them the environment to be successful, guess what? They're going to start creating success. And that's where you guys eventually will create duplication. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, I would say build right now. I mean, any of you guys want to wait to be financially free another day? Like, I don't want to wait another second to be financially free. Like, there's nothing else more important that matters than becoming financially free. And for you guys to reach your goals and reach your dreams, whatever they are. So just understand, the time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not the next day. Don't put something off till tomorrow that you can do today. Because if you do that, you're always going to have that habit. You're always going to be procrastinating. You're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot in school, so I know how that is. But in this business, I'm building every single day. So time is now. You have to do it today. Like, take massive action today. You have to see that sense of urgency. If you don't have a sense of urgency, your team's not going to have a sense of urgency, and your team's not going to grow. The reason I got to 11,000 active was because I started today. I didn't wait till the next day. I didn't put things off. It's because I said, hey, it's urgent. It's going to happen. It has to happen today. We're all going to make it happen. So if you have that attitude, it's going to be passed down to your team. The speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack in this business.
Awesome.
Develop. All right, so this is like the fundamentals. You know, this is really the first step in your business is to make a list. And it's really overlooked. It's really, really simple, easy to do, easy not to do. Make a list and write it out. You know, a physical list, write it out. I'd say 200 plus names on it. Who do you know likes to be healthy? Who do you know likes to make money? Who do you know that drinks energy drinks? Probably every single person in your Facebook and phone book fits into that category. You never know who's going to take this thing seriously, so don't prejudge anybody. Make a big list. In your head, you should be thinking ambitious, hardworking, coachable people. You know, people that you think are looking for something, people that are hungry to make a change. And then write it out. Always add to it. People are asset, not your product. Obviously, if you have a big list, it's going to give you stuff to work through. You know, if you have 10 names on a list, your business isn't going to be that big. If you have hundreds of names on your list, you can, every single day be going through your list, going through your list. And then what a good person in Vima does is they make their list, they invite to the home events. And what someone who's great in Vima does is they make the list and then they help their new people make their list. All right, so like he was saying, where it's like if you're not busy and you want to make a lot of money in Vima, you need to get busy. You can 100% always be busy if you work through your downlines lists. You can be on calls all day if you work through your downlines list. And then in creating that culture, you know, in doing that, you're going to create that culture for your group. Like Ben Long, you know, I'll have him share his story. He's out actually from New Jersey, and he's like an anchor at the, you know, at a spot in my business of a kid that's going presidential in 6 months. You know,
Wow.
because of all his volume and the culture that this team has created. Edification. Master the art of uplifting people.
Awesome.
You know, and that's so huge in the business. I feel like once you really get a hold of it, you know, through educating yourself and just being around it and seeing it work, the whole thing is edification and just uplifting people, encouraging people along.
Awesome.
Every single person has a strong point,
Yeah.
and every single person has something to bring to the table, and they're all on your team. So if you really just dial in and get on the same frequency with everybody, like me and Patrick Comer, we have different strong points. But if we work together, we can like cover everything. You know, and you can do that with your new people. So when they're brand new in the business, you know, they're not doing anything wrong. They're trialing and erroring. You can find something good in anything that they do, even if it's a complete mess up. And if they're focusing on that positive, what's it going to do? It's going to push them a little more forward. It's going to push them a little more forward. And then by default, they're going to get good. And then, you know, the edification thing is so huge. Like, if nobody knew who Patrick Comer is, obviously, you know, he's one of the best in the whole company, so everybody does. But say nobody knew who he was here, and I'm like, hey, here's my buddy. Or, you know, I tell my story. I'm like, hey, here's my buddy Patrick. And that's it. Or I'm like, here's my buddy Patrick Comer. This kid is, you know, quite possibly one of the fastest moving network marketers, in my opinion, of all time, from 0 to 12,000 orders in 14 months. Wow. This kid's got a power leg that can, you know, sustain over $1 million a year in network marketing in Vima. You know, definitely take what he has to say to heart. Who are you going to listen to? Patrick Comer or that guy? You're going to listen to that guy. And I don't say that to make him feel good, but because if I say that, everyone's ears and minds are now open to what this guy has to say, because he's credible. You know, and you want to hear what he has to say. He's important now. I've created value for Patrick Comer, and now everybody that is listening to him is going to listen.
I think another thing to touch on with edification is, like, get yourself out of the picture. A lot of people, when you're trying to, you know, talk to your friends, you know, you start presenting to them. How many guys have gone up and presented to people instead of trying to invite them out or edified your upline? Made a huge mistake. Start talking about Vima, Verve. You thought it was the coolest thing ever. Energy drinks, BMWs. Don't present. You're trying to invite. You're trying to edify somebody who's having success that you know, and you're trying to link them up. So just remember, it's not about you. If you're ever talking about yourself, you're doing something wrong. All right, you should never, ever, ever talk about yourself. Obviously, unless you're telling your story up in front of people, but you really need to take the spotlight off of yourself and put it on somebody else, because people are not skeptical about people, but they are skeptical about opportunities. They are skeptical about products. They are skeptical about events, but they're not skeptical about people, right? So if you introduce people to people and really edify and get good at edifying your upline and showing that other people need to come hear what Luke Kish has to say, or what Bryce Manick has to say, or what Brad Alkazen has to say because they're having success, then guess what? People are naturally going to want to see what's going on.
Right. Yeah, and on that point, get yourself out of the picture. When I first started this thing, it was all about, I would call people up and be like, hey man, are you working it? So, to like see if like, and I was saying that not with the intention of helping that person build their business, but with the intention of helping them build their business so it built my business. Which is completely wrong. And people are all caught up on, the invite and the home event and their presentation and this, that, and the other. If your intention is truly to help people, regardless how bad you say anything, that message is going to get portrayed and people are going to feed off that.
Yeah.
People aren't going to go with people that want to help them. That just doesn't make sense. So every single time, if your intention is correct in what you're doing, and everyone, if you're new in network marketing, you have to understand, you will never, ever, ever make money unless you help your people make money. Patrick Comer's making a boatload of money because he helped a boatload of people make a boatload of money. So now he's making money. You got nothing to hide ever. Ever, ever, ever. People are like, oh, I don't want to go sell my friends energy drinks. You're not selling your friends energy drinks, dude. You're giving this information to people, whether or not they want to do it. That's on them. If they do, great. If not, no hard feelings. If they do, you will help them grow.
Yes.
You will help them build their business. In doing so, you're building your own business. Help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. So take that. The focus off yourself, put it on your people. As they grow, as the water rises, so do all the boats.
I think one last point to touch on is everybody is going to have new enrollments in the business, new product users, new people that want to build up their own network. Just realize that the main thing that made sense for me was enrolling people and then digging through their downline, like making them successful. So if you guys understand kind of how to build this thing up, with a two-team concept, you're going to enroll on your outside right and you're going to enroll on your outside left. Take those people that you've enrolled and go through their list and help them find those next people that come in. Because if you build the people will build the business by default. All right. I feel blessed, like I said, to be in the position I'm in. Built a lot of leaders on one side of my business to the point where it's like I'm trying to go help them out, but it's like they don't even need my help. It's like Luke Kish hit me up today or yesterday. He's like, yeah, come over. I'm like, yeah, dude, let's smash the meetings. Let's get serious. He's like, dude, I don't need help. I figured it out, dude. And I'm like, I'm still trying to help everybody, but just realize that you need to develop some leaders. You need to develop some people. And like I said, if you build people, they will literally go and build your business for you if you help them get where they want to go and give them that belief before they believe in themselves.
And see, that's where Patrick Comer is so good, where he knows I don't need help. I know Ben Long doesn't need help because he's just hungry enough where he's just going to take all the material he needs to, take to figure it out on his own through trial and error. And that's how you really get great in network marketing. But how I do help him is I'll go now and work with his newest member or bronze and start building a relationship. So he's still figuring out, he's doing his thing, but I'm helping this guy down here, raise the belief level up a little bit. And once I lock him in and lock him in and lock him in and lock him in, and he's up here, he's locked in with now a team and a group to go with. And then develop yourself, man. Build the people, they'll build the business. Develop yourself, read Think and Grow Rich. Like I was saying, when I was stuck at executive for 4 months, my mindset was just bad. And I've learned so much that this business is completely personal development. It is just completely yourself. Like, you are your business. People are your business in this business. You need to develop yourself. You need to grow your mind. We always say in our house, our motto, keep the PMA, keep the positive mental attitude. Some kid hit me up. He's like, oh, I'm 0 for 2 today. I'm 0 for 3 today. I'm like, or you're 3 for 3 or 2 for 3 or 2 for 2 on figuring out ways it does not work.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're never wrong and you're never out in network marketing unless you quit. Because there's always more people to talk to, and you're always one person away from a whole new Facebook, a whole new phone book of names of people to work through. If you're just hungry enough, it doesn't ever matter. And this book, I credit to my whole personal development journey that I've gone on. I read this one book, Think and Grow Rich. I've now read it 6 or 7 times. I love it. Every single time you see it from a different viewpoint. It's just success principles. It's not rocket science. History teachers that study history, math teachers that study math. If you want to get wealthy and successful, study wealth and success.
Yeah.
This is a book on wealth and success. Read it. It's not that hard to read a book. Don't go to the party. Read the book. Build your business. Change your life. And if you follow what this book is saying, and I can say it because it's happened to me, you will win.
if you truly follow what this book says. And I read it 100%.
Really, touch on being the messenger. We talk about how facts tell and stories sell, like Mr. Walker was saying. But basically, guys, you want to be able to take the information today and give it to other people, because if you know it, it's fantastic. But if your people don't know it, then your team is not going to be able to grow, correct? Like if you know it and you're building, but your team isn't, you're not actually going anywhere, because if you don't have leaders building, nothing's actually happening in your network. 3 stories you need to tell, obviously yours. So talk about, how you got introduced. And this is kind of going into like the presentation. And I recommend everybody become a leader ASAP and start presenting as fast as you can, even if you don't have a story yet, even if you're brand new in the business, because day one you come in, you have a story already. It may not be that great, it may not be that moving, but yeah, you have a story. So get really good at telling your story and what you saw in the beginning and why you're actually doing this, so you can relate. Obviously, like Mr. Walker was saying. Your uplines. I talk about Brad Alkazen all day long. All day long. Every time I speak, I talk about Brad Alkazen, because really, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I wouldn't have the system that's produced me this income, and I wouldn't have the people in my network that have the knowledge they have, that have obviously produced income for themselves. So just realize that your upline is really important, because you have to leverage them in the beginning. Like if I wasn't able to leverage Brad, then I wouldn't be here, because I wouldn't be able to go around I wouldn't be able to go around and make this thing happen, because people would come up to you and be like, well, how much money are you making? Well, I just got started. See, if you run into that problem and people are like, well, how much money are you making? If anybody asks you that, you've done it wrong. Completely wrong. You know why? Because you haven't edified your upline and you haven't told your upline story. And then obviously the company story, the story behind BK Borrego, how he created the Vima formula, because both his parents died of really lack of supplementation, lack of nutrition.
Heart disease and cancer.
Yeah, heart disease and cancer, absolutely. So basically, understand those stories are really important. What Kish talk about next?
Yeah. So you like Comer was talking about, develop your own story. Everybody has a story, no matter how new you are. And you want to relate to the newest person. So most people that are skeptical, include that in your story. Hey, my name's, Damien, I got involved in this thing. I was really, really skeptical. I blew it off. You're going to touch on them. Call it a scam scheme, took it to a true, now they can relate to you. Got involved, saw performance-driven income, had a job, hated it. You can start developing your own story. That's just on you, and just making it a priority. Use Comer's story, Morton's story, and help us build your own story. So obviously, it's simple. If you're talking about a 20-year-old kid, or say, if Comer's in town, say like right now, if you had friends, if I was inviting to the meeting, I'd be like, look, you need to come check this thing out. My buddy Patrick Comer is coming. He's going to run this training meeting. This kid, like I said, has a power leg that'll sustain over $1 million a year. This kid's soon to be, $1 million earner in this company. You need to hear what he has to say. And I feel like if you just talked about that, who wouldn't want to hear about a 22-year-old kid making that much money? Everybody would. Pretty simple. And people in the end aren't buying a product or a system, they're buying you. I got started in this thing. I looked at Comer, and I knew that no matter what, this kid was going to help me. I knew without a doubt in my mind that he was there to help me, 100%. And he still is. It's crazy, because I don't know too many people that would have 10,000 on one side that still build that leg. It's mind-blowing to me, but me, and that's what happened. Me, Comer, Cometa, Wenig, Medic, we fed off of that. We bought into him. We looked at him, it wasn't like, oh, Verb, it wasn't like, oh, Vima, yeah, we can get rich. It was like, he can help me. Like, this guy can help me. This guy can help me. And that's just getting the information, solidifying your belief level enough so you know where you're going, you understand what you're doing, and people will buy into you every single time.
Make sure, this last point, you can't make a decision for somebody else. If your friend doesn't see the big picture, it's not a big deal right then. They'll obviously see it later on. A lot of my friends didn't see that big picture in the beginning, but now they obviously see it with the car, the house, the income. It's pretty much there, and you'll be able to reapproach these people. You're just going to give them information. That's all we're doing. We're giving them information. Yeah. It's the information age. If you guys have read Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki, you understand that it's not about really what you know right now, because everybody has the same information. This information that we're giving you guys right now is out there. It's on the internet. Everybody knows it. It's not special, but it's about the people that you do know, and we're not really worried about financial capital. We're worried about human capital in the 21st century. So understand, don't make a decision for somebody else. All you can do is give them the information, and they'll make the decision whether this is right for them.
Goals.
this is huge. You know, goals, you know, Earl Nightingale, you become what you think about. So, you know, if you're thinking about goals, a positive, noteworthy goal, and you're moving towards it, you know, you're going to become this positive, noteworthy goal. I guess that kind of makes sense. And if you're not thinking about a goal, if you're not thinking about where you're going, your thoughts by default are thoughts of confusion, anxiety. You become what you think about, so you become confusion, anxiety, which obviously isn't good. Set goals. So that is so big. You need to know where you're going in this business. So what I love about it, it's all numbers. You can break it down. If you want to be, you know, diamond first month on builder packs, 18 and 36. Gold first month on builder packs, you know, 9 and 18. And you can break it all down and work backwards and hit your marks. You need to add that many people this week, that many people this week. You need to do that many cycles per week. You know, presidential 63 and a half, star platinum 18 and a half. You know all of them in your head. And create that culture. Okay, if you're setting goals, your team will set goals as well and help them set their goals. And in doing that, everyone's going to take more action to hit their goals. Everyone's going to be cycling more rank advancement, more cycles, more excitement, more everything. You need to set goals and be passionate what you're doing.
Really, when it comes to fundamentals, guys, you know, the fundamentals are really the foundation for whatever you do, whether you're playing sports, you know, you're in school, you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever you're doing. You have to have a fundamental. You have to have that foundation that's going to drive you forward each day. Really starts with the attitude. If I came here today and thought that Demon wasn't going to work, you think we'd be so passionate about what we're doing right now? No.
Awesome.
If I have the attitude that I believe it's going to go work, what do you think is going to happen? It's obviously going to be portrayed, and you're going to see that I see that big picture. Now, you have to understand that attitude can't change. You can't go day in and day out like, it's going to work, it's not going to work, it's going to work, it's not going to work. You have to be like, it's going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work, it's going to work, and then it happens. All right? So you have to have that attitude. If you don't have the attitude, guys, you know, you really can't go anywhere in this business. You know, if you're not excited about what's happening, just understand that nobody's going to be excited around you. Like, this business is really fueled by excitement of how your future can change and how you can become a better person and how you can do things you didn't think you could do in the beginning because you now have a vehicle to generate thousands of dollars a week, millions of dollars a year in income. So just understand that you have to be excited. People have to see the excitement in you. Before somebody can believe in themselves in this business, you have to go believe in them. You have to give them that life. You have to give them that excitement. And that's what will drive your business is if your people are excited because you're excited, your business will be duplicating on a constant basis. The commitment is really simple. Like, if you're kind of teetering on oh, I want to do it, I don't want to do it, I want to do it, I don't want to do it, what do you think's going to happen? That's all that's going to happen. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not ever going to make anything of this business, and you're never going to become the person you want to become. Your income will never go where you want it to go. So you have to just stay committed to it. It's like, really, what else matters right now? Besides family, God, and Vima, what else really matters right now? Especially if you're broke. If you're going out there and partying, why are you going out? Why are you going out there to the bar and partying if you're broke? And why are you playing video games if you're broke? Why are you smoking weed if you're broke? Just think about it. It doesn't make any sense. You have to stay committed to making this thing happen. So once you're in this business, if you have that commitment level, you'll make it happen. If you lose the commitment level, your team's going to lose it as well, and your team can fall apart. You need to develop yourself constantly. Like, you should always be getting better. Guys, if you're not constantly bettering yourself or learning or digging into the personal development or wanting to get better, then you're never going to hit the marks you want to hit. You have to constantly have that fire to do something bigger and do something better. Because if you don't, like, your team's not going to want to develop themselves. If you're stagnant in personal growth, if you're stagnant in building, then what is your team going to be doing?
Yeah.
They're probably going to be stagnant. So just make sure that you're constantly bettering yourself, because it will really show. It'll really allow your team to really share in your vision of developing themselves, because that's what will drive your business and their business forward in the long run. Edifying is really simple. Like, you should get really good at talking about other people and talking about the strengths of other people and what they've done, because your friends want to hear about success. They want to hear about something that's already happened. They want to hear about the Brad Alcazens, you know, the Luke Kishes, the Adam Lennox, the Bryce Maddox of the world. They really don't care about you in the beginning. They care about other people. So make sure edifying is a really big thing in this business. If you can't get good at edifying, you're never going to be able to build a very substantial business. You'll get a lot of fuck yous, it's not going to work, this is stupid, you're wasting my time. You're going to get a lot of that because you're going to be talking about yourself. You need to be talking about other people and what other people have been doing. Focus on building your story. At the end of the day, people come, if you're at a home event, people come to hear you and your story. So just make sure that as time goes on, you're focusing on building your story and what makes you an attractive person, because people don't buy the products that you sell, they really buy you as a person. So you make sure you focus on yourself and your story. And then goals, really goals are a dream with a deadline. So how many of you guys have a dream out there?
Yeah.
Let's put a deadline to it. So that's what they call a goal. 30, 60, 90-day goals, 1 month, 3 months, 6 month, 9 month, a year goal, you have to know where you want to be at a certain time, because otherwise, you know, if you don't, you're going to have nothing to really look forward to. There's nothing to actually strive for. So make sure you have that goal set. It's super important. So if you don't have a goal written down right now for like this week, you don't know what you're going to do this week. You're probably just going to go through this week and be active and not productive. You'll be going around doing the things that don't matter instead of doing the things that do matter, because you have, you know, that end goal in sight. So really, goals are a very big portion of this business.
And write your goals down real quick. I just want to add to that. Yeah, I have everyone. I don't know if anyone was at the San Diego YPR event where Proctor handed out those little cards, and it's like reading your goal in the present tense. Because I feel like if you can, like I said at the beginning, if you can remind yourself of that end result, like if you don't have the car yet, imagine yourself in the car. Like imagine driving around a nicer car than possibly you've ever owned or ever even been in your family at our age or whatever age, and how good that would feel. You know, or at a 6-figure income, and how good that will feel. And that'll give you the fuel to go through the day. I wake up every morning, and I'm so happy and grateful for Youth Ambassador. I had a 500 profit, like 1,000 my power. Like, you know, cycled 500 times this week, made $5 grand last week.
Yep.
Or 500 times this month, I made $5 grand last week. And I say that every single morning. I said it in the bathroom before I came up here. I was in the bathroom, and I was like, I hope nobody's outside hearing me do this right now. but what's that do? It like puts me in this like positive state of mind. It reminds me about my goal. Reminds me why I'm doing what I'm doing that day, every single morning. You know, you just habitually do that 21, 30 days, you're going to do it without thinking about it, and everything's going to be easier. And then where it said decide, that point is so simple and so important. You need to make the decision like right now whether or not this thing's going to work for you. All right, because if you know as long as you don't quit and you just continue to go, you're going to make it happen. To what extent you need to figure that out. Because if you're like this in network marketing, people buy into you. People don't buy into somebody that's not sure of themselves, not sure of where they're going. So until you've made the decision, nobody's going to follow you, man. And once you made the decision, people are going to start to follow you. You get to the point where me and Comer are, where we know exactly where we're going, dude. We will make millions of dollars. We will max this comp plan in vivo, 100%. And we'll go in front of a room with or without anybody. They see that, so they go, it's almost like they're afraid to not follow because we're so sure of where we're going. So you need to make that decision. And make that decision. Just make it like right now, and just makes everything simpler. Okay?
Yeah. You know, your team is really watching a few things that you do. Obviously, you know, your activity. So I mean, if you're going out on a summer day and you're going to the beach and you're going to play basketball, you're going to do this, do that, do that, but you're not actually building your business, then what is your team going to go do? They're going to do everything that doesn't involve building their business. You know, your language. You know, how are you presenting yourself? You know, how are you? You know, are you growing as a person? Are people seeing, you know, different words, different phrases, different ideas, different everything? Like, you know, the language and how you present yourself is really important. Your posture is huge. This is very poor posture, but I have to look at this thing because I don't know what's on the screen. But the way Luke Kish is talking, you look at Luke Kish. He's really confident. He's in your face. He's talking to you. I'm leaning back. I may not look so sure right now, but I'm just doing this so I know what's going on in the slides.
He still looks sure though.
So just understand that, you know, when you're up front and talking to people, just make sure that you're coming at them. You're not sitting back like this, because you want people to be at the edge of their seats. You don't want people to be leaning back. You don't want people to be sitting there like, when is this thing going to be over? People want to be like, dude, when can I sign up? Where's the computer? What's going on? All right? So posture is really big in this business.
And on that point real quick, you know, how you're talking, how you're presenting, all that is just doing it. You know, it's very easy to talk confidently and comfortably about something that you're confident and comfortable about. You know, so if you read the books and you surround yourself with this stuff enough, you'll know what you're saying. You know, you're not going to be afraid to talk to people about something that you really know, you really believe in, and you really, you know, love. You know, that's how you get good at presenting, and then just practicing. You know, me, like Comer, he started out, dude, he was not good. Nobody starts off really, really good, but you need to just work through and get better 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 and just practice and practice and practice and practice until you're good. It's like Will Smith. There's a common misconception between talent and skill. Talent you have naturally, skill is only developed through hours and hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. And that's how I kind of view myself. I'm not particularly talented, I don't think. It's just that, you know, I'll work harder than the next guy.
Yeah.
When I started for the first 5 months, I'm not kidding. Like, the culture we created was like all day, man. Like they say all day thing, all day thing. Like it was Vima all day. We drank verbs and we did meetings and calls. And in doing that, we solidified so many people that now it's just growing like a virus. Wow. But is it worth it to do that? Just get so magnificently hungry for 4 to 5 months and then, you know, set yourself up. Because I can tell you here, if you work as hard as you can for 4 to 5 months, you'll figure it out. You should definitely be platinum by that point. And if you can get yourself to platinum, all you do is build those in your business over and 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 over. And each time you get better and better and better. So you're like, you build this group over here, you know, okay, what went wrong over there? And now you found a new kid to make a new group off of, and it's like, what did we do bad over there? We'll fix it over here and build it over there. And through that, we find this one. And now we're like 50, 60, 70, 80 groups in, and we have it dialed in, man. Like, we know how to make it go right, you know, and that's just practice, trial, and error. Yeah, investment. You know, question is, where you find mentor investment? You look at the investment. I think it was Benjamin Franklin. If you're making a decision, draw a line down the middle, reason for, reason against. It's pretty simple to me. You do 3 years of your time, $500 in the silver pack, $150 auto shipment. You know, hard work, 30 minutes a day, audio, chapter, book a day, and haters. Okay, you have to have thick skin in this business. You're gonna have people say this, that, and the other. It doesn't matter. You know, everyone encounters it. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's tough. All my friends called me crazy at the beginning. You know, now it's not crazy. It's definitely working. And you look at what you're giving up, which in my opinion, because I look back a year ago, I'm like, what was I doing? Okay, I'm partying 5 days a week. I have no idea where I'm going. I play video games, I smoke pot, and I'm dead broke. It's like he was saying, dude, why do you do that stuff if you're broke? You give up a bunch of stuff that just doesn't matter for some stuff that really does matter. So that's your investment. Pretty simple. You know, it rewards Star Ambassador, which is 1,000 cycles, making 40 grand a month, 480 grand a year, residual income and a lifestyle. You know, obviously the investment is worth it. Everybody in this, I said this when I was, you know, at like Diamond, everybody wants to ball out and live the life, but who will invest in their future and actually take the steps to make it happen? Wow. I know I am.
Wow. Did you create this when you were like,
What's up, baby?
wow. You know, really, guys, there's no bad days. Like, you know, if something you did that day didn't work, all you got to do is fix it. You know, there's no such thing as failing. It's just it didn't work that day, or it didn't work with that person, or it didn't work in that instance.
Yeah.
And you can always just fix something, fix the problem, and move on. In business, guys, all you're doing is constantly fixing problems. There's problems you encounter every day. If you fix it and move on, you receive a larger source of income. If you don't fix it and it keeps getting worse, your income just keeps going down, or it stays stagnant. You don't go anywhere. So, you know, really, your attitude will unlock your potential. I mean, if you have the attitude that's going to work for you, it will work for you no matter what. I've had the attitude that's going to work for me since day one. When I dropped out of college, I had the attitude that was going to work for me after, and then I just kept making it happen every single day, maintained that attitude, and the income just kept going up. So it's really that simple, guys. Once you make the decision that's going to work for you, whatever you go do, it will happen no matter what. And if you have a negative attitude, you're going to produce negativity in your life. Yeah, an all-day thing. I mean, I put it this way. If you're working a job right now, you can be doing Vima all day long. You can be texting people. You can be on the phone doing three-way calls. You can be doing something all day to move your Vima business forward. You don't need to be like sitting there doing meetings and calls all day, because you can't. But Vima is an all-day thing. If you take time off of Vima and you're just not talking to people, you're not communicating with your team, you're not setting things up, you're not doing it. You're not building the business. You got to really question your commitment level at that point, because you have to be doing this thing in some way, shape, or form all day. All you're doing is socializing, talking to people, and promoting events and promoting people. Is that pretty easy, guys?
Yeah.
It's really that simple. You do it all the time. A lot of people don't get paid for it. We get paid for it.
Yeah, and that's so huge. You know, I feel like some people want these massive incomes, and then their schedule just completely doesn't reflect what they want. You know, if you want more money, you have to work harder. And if you looked at Comer's schedule and what he did throughout the day, you'd be like, okay, that's why he has that many people in his business. You know what I mean? How many miles he's put on his car, how many flights he's been on. He doesn't stop doing Vima. He doesn't. And that's why he has such a big business. It's really, really simple, you know?
And I think, really just to kind of end, I think this is the last slide. What's your commitment level to yourself, and what's your commitment level to your team? You have to have a high commitment level to reaching, your goals and your dreams in this business. And if you don't go out there and help other people, if you're not committed to other people, and you don't say, I'm going to meet you, halfway, I'm going to meet you, we're going to go 50-50 on this thing, your people will never really buy into you, and they'll never really have that long-term commitment to themselves or to the business or to you as a person. Because, guys, really this business is all, built on loyalty. What was the song we were listening to in the car?
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa.
I built this family off loyalty.
Yeah, you build a family off loyalty. Like, I have a team of very, very loyal people. To me, because of what I did for them, what I always will do for them, what I will continue to do for them. You know, Luke Kish knows that without a doubt, every time I come into town, we're going to go to the Louis Vuitton store, and we're probably going to pick him out something nice because he's an animal. And I just do that for people. And you know, you got to do nice things for your team. You got to stay committed to your team. You have to have that loyalty.
Yeah.
And if you don't, they're never, ever going to be there when you need them the most.
Awesome.
And you have to be there when they need you the most, because you know it really comes down to what kind of relationship you guys develop as a team. And that's really, you know, the saying, you know, you're making memories with your team. Guys, like, we sat and we listened to Drake and Waka Flocka when we were both bronze. I think you were bronze.
I was bronze, you were a member.
Yeah, I was a member. I wasn't even bronze.
we were sitting in his horrible, like, POS pickup truck at member and bronze a year ago, and we were just like, dude, we're gonna make so much money. we had Jim Rome playing. We're like, listen to that, like, you hear that? The message of the month, man, and we just, like, that was it. And from that point on, dude, we never ever stopped. We just saw it, and now, like, what was that? What's one thing? Most people need to see it to believe it. You gotta believe it, and then you can see it. Yeah,
Awesome.
we truly knew, like, back then in his horrible car that we were gonna make this thing.
We're gonna get Beamers.
And then I feel like what made it work for us, and I feel like, you know, people in life that win to the utmost extent always, you know, kind of put themselves in these situations. Will Smith, there's no reason for a plan B. It distracts from plan A. You know, make the decision, decide who you're gonna be, how you're gonna get there, and just do it. Like, just decide, and then you just gotta wait for everybody to find out. I dropped out of school, he dropped out of school. My whole, like, Vimo was either gonna work or it was gonna work. Like, there wasn't any option of it not working in my mind. And, like, anybody who remotely saw what I was seeing, I instantly was just, like, with. Because they saw just even a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, it was gonna work, or I was crazy. Because I had told all my friends that it was gonna work.
So, I mean, guys, dream big dreams, small dreams have no magic. That was Dottie Braco, right? Yeah, it was Ben Braco. That was BK's mom. Yeah. I mean, guys, you know, really, when it goes back to kind of the beginning, the purpose I was talking about, that why, you know, have a big dream. You know, if you're saying, you know, cool, you know, I want to make sure an extra $500,000 a month, that's great, but can't you dream a little bit bigger? Isn't there something more you can do for your family, more you can do for the people around
That's
you,
right.
more you can do for yourself? Like, there's always more you can go do.
Yeah.
Don't settle for being average. My whole thing is just don't be average, period. Go do something big in life. So, I mean, have a big dream, guys. Make a really a legacy for yourself. Make a big splash in this Vima opportunity, guys, and people will remember you for what you did.
Awesome.
But really, with that, I think we're going to conclude, wrap it up. I think,
You
know,
want to recognize.
I definitely want to introduce to you guys. You know, he's gonna just kind of tell you guys his take on the business. This kid's 19 years old, out of New Jersey. You know, same DNA. You know, absolute animal in the business. He looks like he's a lot older. He has a phenomenal hairdo that I wish I could rock. But, you know, I'm really proud of this guy, and I'm really excited to see, you know, him grow and develop. I see myself in him, and I see where he's going. Definitely got a bright future ahead, so definitely take
Awesome.
it to heart.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to kind of be out here sharing my story with you guys. You know, Luke flew me out, 3,000 miles away from my hometown to really just kind of, you know, share with you guys what I've been doing for the past, you know, 4 or 5 months. I'm entering my 5th month right now. I'm actually creeping up on a rank called platinum in this company, so I'm excited to get to that point. You know, really take it. You know, sky's the limit from here. But what I want to share with you guys, a word of advice, kind of what we have going on in Jersey, is just kind of the culture that we've created. And, you know, it's really changed my life and this whole business as well. You know, like Pat and Luke were talking about, I really just, you know, I don't know if you guys have realized this, but this business is infectious. I would go to class, I would go to school, I would go parties, I would go to the gym, and the only thing I thought about was building this business. You know, I was with people I trust, like, and respect, and it was really the only thing I wanted to work for me. I would sit in class kind of with my leg tapping, like, all right, how can this apply to Vima? How can I build my business off what my teacher was telling me? Really couldn't relate a lot, you know, from what he was telling me, but I saw people around me in my class who were in the same shoes as I was, you know, broke college kid, going to the parties every night, really no direction. And, you know, I got really excited, and like I said, it was infectious. I attracted people to me, so I saw a lot of success, you know, in my first month, really just my being alone, just being positive, happy. People are like, why are you glowing right now? and I'd be like, dude, I'm not surviving anymore. I'm living my life, and it's absolutely amazing.
Wow.
And sincerely, I look at it as if I don't tell people about this, I feel bad myself because I don't want people coming back to me and be like, why didn't you tell me about Vima? Why didn't you tell me about this life that you're living, at such a young age? And for me, that's where I see a lot of success in getting a lot of people in here, is just being like, you guys have to learn about this, because I look around, especially in my family alone, I love them to death, but, they're getting by paycheck to paycheck. I see my mom not only surviving, but dying. You know what I mean? Working 3 or 4 jobs to put food on the table, things like that, and that really created my ambitious lifestyle. My mom worked 3, 4 jobs just to help the family get by, and really she was just, had the work ethic. You know what I mean? To really just grind, and put everything she had into her 4 kids, and really just, provide for us. So that developed the guy that I am. And really, my ambition stems from her. And I just put all that ambition and hard work into this business. It really fell into my lap as kind of a natural thing. Something I felt, always in my life I was looking for. And now everything's just kind of falling into place, and I'm running with it, letting, kind of my imagination create all of my success in this, just letting my thoughts become things and getting excited. We're getting paid to self-develop ourselves. And it's something that I love to do. And not only that, but help other people. I see people who are struggling financially, emotionally, physically. And not only do we have a compensation plan that'll help you achieve financial freedom, but we also have a product that is actually good to drink. It's better to drink it than to not drink it. It supplements your health and, prevents cancer, things like that. So it was something that, really boosted my belief, got me really excited. But, what I want to share with you guys is kind of the culture we created in New Jersey. And, the thing we call it is kind of a 21-day system. I don't know if you guys really follow the Bob Proctor. He does like webinars every now and then. I'm always plugging into that, just feeding my brain whatever I can do. And what he really says is that anything you do for 21 days becomes a habit. Brushing your teeth, listening to music, going to the gym, whatever it may be. You spend 21 days doing something, it becomes a habit. So, what we decide is, take your 3 best friends in the business, take the whole team for that matter, and every single day for 21 days, just work the business together. All right, read the books, learn the compensation plan, plug in with Pat Comer, Luke Kish, all these guys who've already done it. You know what I mean? We're not recreating the wheel here. They already created a method and a message to use. It's simply duplication. And if we can all follow that, have this mindset and really set goals, this is going to be a business with, endless success. We can really take this as far as we want to go. And, we all made that decision to make it a priority. Realize that everyone in our town was just getting drunk, doing the same things, really not moving forward with their lives. And, we just made the decision to stop doing those things and work on this business. And we created this, this lifestyle where you walk into New Jersey and it's like, why are these kids so happy? Why is everyone here with open arms, really just wanting to better each other's lives? Because we realize that, in order to succeed in Vima, and I find this as the, the best aspect of the company, you have to help the people below you outdo you, almost, pass you, and help them succeed. And that's something that I love. Because I actually get to help people financially, whatever it may be, get where they want to be in life. And if you look at it that way, that you help your PEQs, you help the people below you, get where they want to be, your life will change significantly. All right, just helping other people, whatever it may be. So that's what we did. We sat down, 21 days became a habit, and really just be like, what are the 5 things that you're grateful for? Some people don't have a why in this company, they're given things or whatever it may be. I had a big why, Hurricane Sandy, natural disaster, kind of, ruined our homes back in Seaside Park, Lavallette, New Jersey, my friends, family, a lot of people just homeless. You know what I mean? So we went through that struggle, and that's, a big why factor for us. Also the financial struggles, but even just waking up in the morning, writing down 5 things you're grateful for, my mom, my brother, your dog, whatever it may be. You look at these things and you look what's going on in the economy, where things are going, and there's really no stability. And I realize that. And I realize that, we're just a wave of critical thinkers challenging the status quo. So I realize that, and being that. So, wake up in the morning, write down 5 things you're grateful for. Not only are you gonna, be grateful for them, but you're gonna start off your day positively.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this feels good. My mom and all these things, and it's really gonna help you build your business. You do small things like that each and every day, and you're gonna see your business go from 0 or wherever you're at, and just double, triple, quadruple. Really, just by kind of writing those things down, setting a positive mindset, and keeping your mind there. It'll really change your life, for that matter, and your business. Whatever it may be, just set your mind to it, and it'll work for you. So,
awesome.
I'm really excited to be able to share, that kind of stuff with you guys, and really just understand that if you make a priority right now in this company where we're at, just hitting pre-critical mass last year, doing 117 million in total sales revenue. All right, we're in a spot right now where if you take this and get really, really hungry, get excited, take your ambition, harness it, put each and every day into this company, you're going to do amazing things. You're going to change people's lives around you, and you're going to make a difference in this community, world, whatever it may be. You know, you can really do anything you want. You know, that's my end result, end goal in this, is I want to change the lives of people around me in my hometown, make sure that my family is provided for, my next family, the next family, and just make sure that everyone is financially free. Because I can't sit up here and honestly, you know, look at people and say that I'm happy with what's going on, because I'm not. It makes me sick to my stomach to see people surviving, living paycheck to paycheck, really just trading their time for dollars. For me, it's all about creating assets, having your money work for you. If people can realize how to keep money and have their money work for them, this world would completely turn around. So that's our mission and goal in VMA, to really just change the mindsets of not only young people, but everyone. Change the way that people are paid, all right, and allow people to really create their own success on their own time with the people they like, trust, and respect. So, you know, that's what I've been doing for the past 4 or 5 months. The last thing that I really want to put out is, you know, if you look at businesses around the country, Google, whatever it may be, you know, what attributes to their success is the people. And I have to tell you guys, I mean, obviously I'm only 19. I've only been in this 5 months. I had no idea I was going to be, you know, like a professional network marketer. I was just an average kid. You know, really, you look at the people in this, and it doesn't get any better. Brad Alcazan, Luke Kish, Pat Comer, you know, Chris, all these people who are sincerely care about your success, your well-being. I've never seen this before. I've worked, you know, part-time jobs. I've worked restaurants, bar back, maintenance, you name it. You know, the normal summer jobs for, you know, seasonal jobs for summer kids while they're in school. And I've never seen a group of people sincerely care about, you know, people they don't even know. Like, I didn't even know Luke. He just, you know, flew me out here. We've been, you know, building this relationship. He was my inspiration, my mentor, and now he's one of my best friends. You know what I mean? And that's what this company allows you to do, is really create these bonds and friendships that'll last you a lifetime, and create a network that, you know, really no matter what, you're going to be successful just surrounding yourself with these people. So really, you know, all I want to say is really be grateful for the people that we have in here. Everyone sincerely cares about your success. We're all open arms to helping you get to that next level, get to your goal. You know, obviously I'm only 19. A lot of people are older than me. So, you know, it's kind of hard talking to people older because they don't want to take advice from a 19-year-old. But, you know, I'm just here to support you in whatever you do, help you stay excited and get where you want to be in life. And really, that's why we're here right now. So that's all really I have to say. Thank you.
Good stuff.
All right, before we close, I want Taylor Grant to come up here.
Yeah.
Did you get the spot in the driveway?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen the orange BMW M3? This guy got it, and tell us about, you know, from where you started, how you felt about the product, and what it feels like now, where you see yourself going.
Cool. Yeah, I have an interesting story. I actually got approached about, you know, Vima a year ago by Luke, my good buddy Luke over here. Came up to me excited back when it was, you know, theory. Young people can make a lot of money, you know, change a lot of lives. So I was pretty ignorant, broke, and dumb at the time. Blew it off, you know, had no idea what I was talking about, kept following my friends, even though their end result, which was graduating, couldn't find a job. They could find a job, you know, not enjoying themselves. So I kept following them, you know, expecting a different result, when in reality, I'm crazy to think I was going to get a different result following the same path as everyone else. So Luke reapproached me about it, you know, about 6 months later. The person I was then was a completely different person, partied 6 days a week, you know, 7 days a week, whatever you want to say. Yeah, you know, what this thing's done for me as a person, it's just completely changed everything. Where people come up to you now, they're like, my buddies came back. My buddy Jacob, he just got involved in the business yesterday. A good friend from high school was talking to me yesterday, and he was like, dude, who are you now? Like, he's like, the person I've changed, the person I've become, you know, from feeding off these people that I work with. You know, it's completely changed everything. You know, money aside, car aside, obviously that's pretty cool too. And I'm just, you know, really thankful for what it's done for me, and now I can, you know, change other people's lives with this.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just getting started up, which is the craziest part.
Awesome.
Cool. I feel like that's about it.
In closing, I'm going to tell you a quick story, which I didn't even know until a couple days ago. And if you guys don't know about the August 1st event that's coming up, the Next Level Leadership event with Bob Proctor and Eric Thomas, BK Barreco, and all the young leaders you've seen up here and speak tonight, and many, many more. The story I heard, my dad told me, was about an event he went to back when he was in Amway. And he got away for a couple days up to a place called Idlewild. You guys know where Idlewild is?
Yeah.
So this event changed his life. And if he didn't go to that event for about 3 days time, he knows he wouldn't be here today, and none of us probably wouldn't be here either. So when you think about events, this is an event-driven business. If you commit to this event, and I'm promoting it because I'm going to tell you how powerful it is, you're going to hear Bob Proctor speak on an extensive, to the more extent than he did in Las Vegas. He's going to give you his time because you can't afford him, but he's going to do this for you. You know what I mean? If you commit to this event, and I'm telling you this because it's really, really important that you guys go to this event, and tickets are very limited right now. So you can get the tickets through the roadmaptosuccess.com. They're all over the internet, right? It's a 3-day event, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday at the Grand Manchester Hyatt down in downtown San Diego. An event like this where you can get away from it all and learn from the best. And it's going to give you that sense of like, okay, I can get away and talk to all of us up here. We're going to be here to spend a little extra time because that's what it's all about. And this, like I said, being in an event-driven business, you have to be at this event. There's nothing else you should be doing. You have to look at your calendar, go write it down 5 times. Get 5 calendars, write it down 5 times. Tell yourself you will be there. It's all about commitment. And if my dad did not go to that event for Amway back in the day, he doesn't believe that he would be here today because that event changed his life.
Awesome.
So, and with that, you know, with Mike and Ben and Luke Kish, myself, Patrick Comer and Taylor, and everybody you've heard today, so you know that there are a lot of us like that out there. Go out there and find them. Because sometimes people will not know the potential until you extract it out of them. So you will find a lot of us up because we're nothing different. We're no different than you guys. But you need to find, like my brother says, there is an Alex Morton out there. There's another Alex Morton out there. You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You have to find the people. Show the potential that they have. Okay? So thanks, guys. Stick around. Ask questions. I mean, we're going to hang out and talk and have some more fun, okay?
There we go, sir. Thank you. Good, how are you guys? How's it been?
I don't know the exact line in Boston. It's actually a kid from my fraternity. I only have one main team, so it's kind of just getting routed up out there.
He's nasty. That's what I feel, Jerry.
Right on the front, right where Sandy had, like,
Yes, thank you very much. Good to see you. I have your number, right? Tuesday. This guy just
So it's
he's a monster.
Ben. New Jersey? No. Yeah, I'm not too far from there. Oh, cool. Yeah. 732.
Oh, no. You're awesome. You too. How are you? Nice to meet you. Thank you. No problem.
Audios and so I don't know that it's training calls from the areas.
Okay. I actually have a team.
Okay, you're going to maybe.
You want to take my number down? Yeah. Take my number down and then feel free to contact me later. I'm actually flying back on Monday. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a chapter there. So if I do a meeting down in Princeton, I'll be like, hey, listen, money's so sad. That's not San Diego. Really nice to on this.
I'll play 72 again. You should 278.
05 and then Ben,
Yeah, and then they have no idea of what.
Yeah, that's my name. feel free to contact me whenever. And yeah, absolutely. Even if you don't do this show, I'd be more than happy to help you. Oh,
From that area, just recently got on board. Trying to expand to just doing this out of state.
You're like, I'm gonna get it for myself.
yeah, definitely. Keep in contact with you. Absolutely. I'm a little hairy. That's the only difference. You know? Yeah. How are you doing though?
Oh, really good. Yeah.
Me personally, this trip to the West Coast is changing my life, dude. Seeing different lifestyles, and I definitely recommend you guys kind of just try and travel a little bit just to see the lifestyles. Because really, all we're doing is connecting with a diverse group of people. And if we can find out what makes people sad, what makes them happy, if we can find out those emotions and kind of tap into that, then business is big. You know what I mean? So then once you know, you're like, all right, he doesn't he needs sales, he does this. But this drives you. So if I can't provide you someone or her, then our business will be next. Because really, a lot of people call this a business, I call it a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to like look at me like, oh, this is your job. Like, nah, dude, this is what I do. This is my life. You know what I mean? And it kind of just, I just made it like my culture. Just like we love soccer, we do a lot of soccer, a lot of football, go to the beach, things like that. Shit, these kids are out there doing soccer. I might as well, come out and just see what they're doing. And it just so happens that
Just a little pizza in my house. And I thought, hey, bro, I was doing pizza. That's right, bro.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to meet all you guys. I came Tuesday.
I know, no, we went to Bronx.
I've been living
Oh, yeah. Hey, she got the white meat. See the lobby.
Everyone's always talking about everyone's always talking to kids. I gotta get them to figure out. Thanks, bro.
Take that gym focus. Gym focus.
I used to be 280 pounds, bro. Yeah, I used to be 280.
Like 280 or 280?
Hey, thanks, man. New Jersey? Yes. I'm David Reno. Yeah, I'm David. I live here in Marietta. You flew out for the weekend or what? I flew out for the weekend. Yeah, he's like, dude, you're 19? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate you guys coming out here.
Oh, hey, we're all a family.
Exactly. That's how I look at it. It's a lifestyle.
You guys killed it, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hey, Dave, take a picture of these rock stars right here. I'm only silver right now. Hey,
that's
so
good.
we're talking in the same
Oh, I like
time
that.
zone, in the same fraternity, in the same city. Hello.
He doesn't, his
I don't
priorities.
even know.
His
I don't
priorities.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be all in.
Yeah.
Hey Dave, do you mind taking a picture of it?
He's not even like halfway.
No, and I've only
Because
talked
he
to one.
actually was in my fraternity.
Yeah.
And he tried the whole thing out actually before I even got involved. And I guess it didn't go well.
Yeah,
He parties with my guys.
You ready? Perfect.
I like pictures too.
Well, I use you.
We gotta be on the killers.
Wait, let me get in the middle of this.
One person, right?
That's why right here.
This is your ghost.
We'll try and make. We'll try and see. Yes. We got lots of.
Perfect.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Hi, it's really nice to meet you. I'm so sorry I'm so loud. It's just like, hey, I'm Kim. Nice to meet you too. Gosh, you're really inspiring. And I'm like, I know they thought you were all done with your games and everything like that. That's awesome. Like, that's really good.
Pat's filming all this stuff.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's not easy, but
Who brought you?
Brandon, because
Oh, cool.
he's an old roommate. He used to live in this house too.
Yeah, there you go. So you're already part of the whole thing?
Oh yeah. I got it down there. We're down in Ventura County.
Cool, man.
Honor, you know.
Stay connected.
Until next time. I got a baseball game to give it to.
Good luck. All right.
Do it. Thank you.
All right. Have fun.
Wedding secretary.
Hey. How are you?
I think I might be following you. I'm kind of like
on Facebook.
Right.
Alright, cool. Yeah. Awesome. People out there, if you ever need anything, that's the one that.
wow, cool. Thank you so much, man. It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Watch
Go do this.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm
Like, he's asking me all these questions. I already told him to come on Thursday. She'll say something wrong. She's coming on Thursday. She's asking me all these
Good luck too with the business.
Oh yeah.
The dealership was gonna pay for
What's your story?
I'm from Jersey. I actually went to Penn State. Big campus, like 7,000 people.
Is that how you know Kish?
It's kind of funny how I met Kish. I was in a fraternity at Penn State, Delta Chi, and I heard about Vima, and I kind of threw it off my shoulder, like, dude, this is so, like, retarded. I don't even like energy drinks. And then Hurricane Sandy, lost my house, lost everything, so I don't have money. I spent all my money at the frats, getting drunk. My best friend called me, Tom Kaczynski, over in my hometown. I was like, listen, you know, this Vima thing is the only vehicle we have. Like, part-time job is going in the summer. Like, no bars, all white guys, everything. We got yeah, so I was like, all right, you know, I'll take it seriously. Went home, went to a meeting. It hit me, and like I saw what was going on, and I was like, wow, I need to do this. I went to Penn State, met a kid named Andrew Yeager, and I was like, dude, are you in Vima? And he's like, yeah, I'm about to hit a rank called presidential. And I was Andrew Yeager, it's Kish's best friend from high school. So Yeager was like, listen, you know, you want to connect with these people, Kish's name, so guys like that. And really, you know, from there I just got excited. Like I said, you know, I just ran my assignment, attracted people to me, learned from fast people like that. I put my own twist to it, and I thought that was like the best part of the business. You can take whatever attribute that you're really good at, you know, selling, and you kind of put your own twist to it. You know what I mean? Find what you're good at and sell it in the business and use that. It really works together. You know, show people the culture. Like I was telling you guys before all of our events, we have a little soccer. We have a good time, and then after the event, we have like a little bonfire. So people can sit down, hey, what was your favorite part about the event? You know, did you like this and that? Yeah, and then you sit down and you're like, you know, there will be one skeptical, two skeptical people. We've been out of a lot of success. You sit down and you're like, hey, you know, how do you know this won't work for you? You know what I mean? It's a little risk, big reward.
But it's not exactly
What's most you can lose? And then, you know, $500, things like that, people will be like, you know, it's just money. Money's, having no money is temporary. You can always change it. So, doing things like that really changed our business as far as the culture. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I just ran with it from there. And got really excited. I'm just running off like excitement and lifestyle.
This is your first time you sang
Yeah, it's my first time on the West Coast.
How do you like it?
I love it. This is why I work really hard. I want to live here.
I want to get out of here, dude.
All right, hey, I'll see you guys later.
Hey, let me get a picture with you.
Yeah, no problem.
What's your name?
Ben. Ben.
You have Instagram?
Yeah.
Shares on Instagram.
Closer, guys.
About to hit something right now? What are you right now?
I'm black.
About to hit something.
Oh, hey, congrats, man.
Oh, no, you.
Oh, no. I'm just going on plat this month. I won't hit star plat. Maybe. I mean, you never know. You know what I mean? We got some time left. I'm excited.
I'm going to face that shit.
You are? Awesome. Oh, you'll kill it. You'll kill it. Definitely.
I'm trying to get this guy to go.
It happens, man. Just get excited, go through your list, leverage, and then close hard, be really excited to show people that you want it, because people are buying you, not the product, things like that. So it's just like, hey, I'm going here with or without you. So if you guys want to hop on the train, it's already going. Like the destination's already locked in.
It's going slow.
Yeah.
If you want to catch up.
Yeah, exactly.
How close are you to Elizabeth?
I'm like an hour away.
Yeah?
Not too far.
I got a girl over there. Some guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
How can I get you to?
Do you want to take my number down and then contact me? We're having events a lot. Just for it. Do you have a Facebook? Add me on Facebook. Yeah. All right, I gotta head out here, guys.
All right, man. Nice meeting you, Ben. Ben, what's your last name?
Long, L-O-N-G.
Seen those black chairs at this convention?
Yeah, yes, sir. Take it easy, man. Take your number? Yeah.
Oh! No, I'm too fucking excited.
What you doing?
What about me? Where you been at, man?
I'm keeping it.
It's like that.
We gotta self-develop. We gotta get up from the shit of the days to get together and start doing what they do.
You got a bird one?
Yeah, I got a convention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, head out there in August. I'll
Oh,
be out there.
yeah, I'll be out there.
All right, guys.
All right, man.
That's how you know this business is that small. Because people making bad money out right in front of us. We're getting their phone numbers. We're getting pictures of them with the fucking celebrities. But they're just like, I'm just a normal kid, dude.
Nice.
Damn. Let's get to work. Let's get to work right now. Let's start. Let's head out. Let's go pick up this guy's car because you're gonna pick up some people, right? You're gonna pick up that dude. What's his name? That Asian kid. Twan? You don't? Why? I put that on.
What's going on, man? Oh, wow, thank you. I bought it for me. So I wanted to shoot. I need
Oh yeah, let's go.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Go on. What's up, baby? Yeah. Woo!
Can I get what you're after, man? You are too. I was like, he's tall. I've been around him my whole life. So I was like, alright, I'll see how it goes.
Vegas?
Yeah, I went to Vegas. I was just like, I'll buy my ticket. Let's go. You were in LeBron yet, huh? I wasn't in LeBron. I was like, holy shit. I would come around, people would ask me, like, hey, LeBron. Well, now I'm like, I'm a weak deal. Shit, it was the right time.
Dude.
That's it. Massive action.
Man. My friend Ricky's sick. He has
Let's
a picture of
go, man. Damn, I feel like a midget. We're so good. So good. Yes. Hell yeah.
If you think you're 6 feet tall, you're 6 feet tall.
Dude, I'm 12 feet tall, man. I'm already a millionaire.
How you doing,
I
man?
started today.
Wow.
I'm way over here.
Where's your weight level at right now? To the top. So do you think you're gonna succeed?
Yeah, I believe it.
How bad do you want it, man? How bad do you want it? Tell me right now. What are you gonna do to make it happen? Are you gonna lose some sleep? Are you
I already
gonna
lost
forget to eat?
sleep. You make your girlfriend mad at you?
My
girl
if
got mad at me
if your girlfriend's not mad at you, you're not supposed to do it right now, dude.
This is my boy Elliot. He just got started on Tuesday.
Nice to meet you.